Hey there, it's PatmosIV, and nice of you to join me for the continuing adventures with our little town in Life is Feudal Forest Village. And I think we have quite some work to do. We've built a few extra farms, of course, and that will be helpful in the end. We actually have 2 free laborers right now, although I'm going to put one into the firewood business because I really want to get some extra firewood. And, well, we have no blacksmith yet, apparently. And that could be very useful, but I think we need to get a bit more iron first. Now, I was wondering, I think we've set quite a bit of stuff to be chopped down and things like that. And maybe we should just delete most of that, simply because we should only get what we need at this point. And I think we could use some iron, for instance. So there's some... And we only have 1 laborer right now. So as soon as we get another one, we could put him into the tool-making business. But we also still need a smelter. So it's a bit of a trade-off. At least things get started. We get the firewood that we need. We get the charcoal that we need right now. So that is something. And then from there on, we should start to up the production. I think these trees could go though, so let's select those. I'm also thinking about going for a second forester. And somebody suggested to me, and I think that's a good idea. Why not just build a forester somewhere? Like, for instance, we build a forester here and leave it there and build around it so that at least you get all the trees that you want from that one forester. And I think that's actually a really interesting idea. So if you build a forester here, it can just build trees all the time, and you can even set it to just plant trees all the time, and as soon as we need a lot of trees we can tell it to also chop them down, or we just tell our villagers in the winter to chop it down. It's not too far from town, so they probably won't get hypothermia, and that could be really helpful, but of course you never know, so we'll have to find out. We do have 11 kids that are somewhat ready to grow up. If we count this, we have 53 people. So we don't have that much space anymore. So investing in another house won't be a luxury. It will be a necessity soon, just to keep growing. And of course, they need to build the house. Then they need to make sure that they start having babies and stuff. So before you actually get to the point where you get the extra villager that you want with this, it takes quite some time. So let's build a house there. And then maybe that one villager that is collecting iron right now should go into the building business. Let's just start building that forester and the house. Let's see if he can do that on his own. He or she, of course, we don't know. Women and men do all the jobs, which is great. Some people really enjoy that in this game. I do too. So let's see how far along we can get and what we can do with this. So far, though, the apples are going well. We have a lot of fields now. That should bring us a good bunch of potatoes. There's already 7 here. 8, 9, 10. We have 11 fields just focused on potatoes at this point. So that'll be something. I think that should give us all the food for a while, and let's build a stockpile a bit, and from there on we can continue to pursue other things. Alright, there's a bear, that's okay. The resources are not being brought yet, they're just clearing out the building site, and as soon as that's done it might well be that they have to chop a tree or something, and then you will see that that wood's already there, which is interesting. That saves us some. And of course that iron that doesn't need to be there can just go, so somebody can bring that away. So we'll see how they'll do this and how they'll perform. We have a teenager growing up, so let's get 2 builders now. So one will also start the house. And that could mean that as soon as a few people have some freedom on their hands, they will start to bring in resources to different building sites, which could help out in the building. We can see here that this one is bringing the wood here now. Hoping that she'll take the iron with her. No, not that efficient. Unfortunate, but it is okay. The extra builder already made all the works here. So this is now also ready to be built. So they can bring the resources there too. We have all the resources we need, so that is not a problem. And from there on, we will see what's going on. All of our babies are now in school. Well, we don't have a school, but they should be in school age. That also means that soon enough, they'll be joining the village. They're expecting a baby. They're expecting a baby. That's all good news. So we do get a few extra babies. I like that. One little thing that's bothering me is, a child died during birth and the farmer died during birth. So no extra kid, and we lost an adult. That's not really what we want to see. It is from a farm field, so let's get a new farmer there. I'm a bit concerned if we get a disease somewhere that we have a problem. So I do want to start looking for ways to get at least the... where is it? Right here. The herbalist going, so that we can gather herbs. I think that can go well with the forester, actually. It will just be collecting herbs in the forest. Because then at least we have the herbs, and then at some point we can also get a healer's house. And that can make the entire difference between having your village population die because somebody has contracted a disease, or everybody surviving. And it can really come down to that, where luckily we have the pyre already, so we burn the bodies and we're less likely to catch or spread diseases. But even in the cold, when they're not warm enough, they didn't eat well enough, they can get sick. And those things can spread. So we'll have to be aware of that. As we see now that the fields are doing a good job. More and more food gets on them. And I think if we just harvest all of what we have right now, we would already see a big increase in food. We're not going to do that, of course, because we want more and more and more. But, oh yeah, it should be good. All right, let's see. Because, yeah, they're building the extra forester. That should go pretty fast, yep. Not going to put anybody in there yet, of course, but it's good to have it. All right, so let's just put them on planting business as soon as we put somebody in there. We now have 2 foresters for the first time. That's a bonus. And I think now they're going to continue with the house. They just need to bring in some stones. And once that is ready, we can get new babies and village growth. All right, 2 trips with stones, and then we should be there. I think the stone... Oh, the stone's not in here. In there. Okay, well, then it's just not... It's not very much... Not a very long walk, so that's good. Here comes another batch of stone. There comes the rest, I think. Yep. And we can now start to construct a house. Well, that's not that bad. I think it's already constructing right now, so that's good. Here we have our little production area where we're not producing much. Well, we produce good amounts of firewood, I have to say that, but we're not really producing a lot of these different things that we need for tools, because we don't have the people for it. But they're in the wait, and as soon as those people start to grow up, we should have the people to do those jobs, and that is great. And this is also quite an experiment to see how far we get with our farming. Because I think with these amounts of farms, we should be accumulating quite a good amount of food. I mean, if they all just bring in 800, we have over 10 fields, which should already bring in 8,000 food. And I think that will be awesome if we can get actually 8,000 food in right now. That should also be sufficient to survive the winter. Maybe we can switch one field out then, start accumulating some flax, for instance. And then when it's time, we could maybe start clothing production. At least the light clothing, not the warm winter clothing, because for that we need sheep to get wool. And that's still far out. We can't get sheep yet. We'll have to find them with expeditions. But... it could be a good possibility at some point. All right, that house is ready. So we're now going to construct the... yeah, they're taking down the trees. 170 wood. That would put us in quite a dire situation with the wood. So chopping some trees at some point. And luckily we have trees all around the village, so that should not be too hard to chop a few trees. But getting some extra wood for the village might actually be worth it. But then kids need to start growing up, because right now, well, not really getting the extra hands that we're looking for. We should see some of the... Yeah, we should see fields starting to harvest. That's an excellent moment, because hopefully some get done earlier than others. And we can take those people out. And, oh, these are 1400 fields, by the way. These produce a lot of food. Very good. But as soon as we have a few farmers available, we'll send them out to do those labor jobs. And that should also be helpful. I'm just wondering, because if a kid is 5, it should grow up within a season. So within a 3-month period, basically. So if it's now summer and they turn 5, they should age in winter or in the fall. And we have quite a few kids that are 5. So we have quite a few hands that should join us soon. Real soon. We also have a few elders though. So that could also be something. But we'll have to find out. Let's speed up a bit more for a short time. Just to get things going, because it's just a lot of work. Alright, they're bringing in the trees now. And all the other stuff. So yeah, would be nice if we have a few people grow up so that they can help out with some extra trees. We did accumulate a good amount of firewood though. And I think if we can continue that, we should be on the right track for making enough for the whole winter next year, and even getting a little surplus and keeping that going as well. Alright, first kid grew up. Grace, she's now working. And since she's working as a laborer, she should be bringing in extra wood. And of course, this forester also brings in slowly some amounts of wood, so that should work too. You can see the amount of food that we have is growing rapidly. That's nice. I also think some of the laborers are busy now carrying the goods here, but yeah, we're almost out now. So I hope we are out actually. So I really hope that all the wood that they need is now being brought in, and all the other wood, yeah, just 6 more. Maybe that's the 6 more, who knows? We'll find out soon. No, that's already iron. So we're out of wood. Guess the wood choppers also need wood, so we really need some people. Ah, we have 6 wood again now. And we see some people wandering into the forest. I think they'll be doing the hard labor work, getting the getting those trees down. That's good. I saw a hunter here, by the way, but I don't see the hunter's place. Where's the hunter's place? Should be somewhere here, since it was hunting. Oh, here it is. Ah, the gatherer and the hunter. All right. Yeah, we have 1 food left. 1 wood. All the wood's in here now, so that is taken care of. All we need now is to chop more trees. We can do that over the winter time. That is fine, but would be great if we could get a bit in now already, so that all our production facilities can keep working. But I'm a bit in doubt. Now these are out of wood. These still have a bit of wood, so that is good. And these are also out of wood, so yeah. Oh, but yeah, we have some wood in again. Alright, well. At least then we have the herbalist, which I would love to have and collect some herbs. So that will be something. It's now building the herbalist. Great, that takes some time, but during that time we will see a lot of people starting to chop wood. And I'm going to put 1 already into the furnace or the smelter, so that we can get some more cast iron going. Yeah, that should be good. And then, yeah, another kid grew up, so that's nice. We have now Hera also working. And if we get another one, we might get somebody into the tooling business. Now let's check on the farms. This one's almost empty. These are going very well. These are going good. And we already have 7,000 vegetables. Look at those numbers. That is excellent. That also gives us the opportunity to maybe work a bit on the land here. Make it flat so that we can build another house here. And that should help us to keep growing the population, because we do need more and more and more kids all the time. This is still being built. We have another kid growing up. So let's get somebody into the tooling business. And by getting somebody in the tooling business, tooling will help make things more efficient. And high quality tools give a 40% increase in efficiency when they're doing jobs. And I think that number is so crazily high that it's very much worth doing that. Oh, 2 other kids grew up. Wow, it's going fast now. I must say I like that. Maybe we can get 2 builders in now. We should also get some extra iron extracted at some point. But not too far away from the village, because then they'll just get really cold. Oh, there's 109. Very good. Alright, this field's ready. These 2 won't be getting in another crop before the winter sets in. So then get them out. That's always the thing. If you think, oh well, they can't get another crop in, just get them out manually so that they can do other jobs and start gathering resources for us, for instance. There's still 1 crop in there. Yep, that's gone now. So let's get these out too. Alright, we have almost 10,000 food. I'm going to set this one to also just plant trees so that these guys can just chop all these trees. And then they'll plant them over the season. Let's get 2 people in here, by the way. And we'll do the same here. They'll just plant all the trees, and in about 3 seasons you have full-grown trees that you can chop down already again. That goes really quickly. And then we get all the resources from it as well. Alright, there's also some iron here. I really can't wait for those tools to spread around. It takes a lot of time, of course, more than 2 minutes to produce a tool. And it has to gather all the stuff and things like that. But with those tools, we can really make a difference and make sure that things go better and better. All right, the herbalist is now ready. Let's get a herbalist. Start collecting a few herbs already. We have good amounts of trees again. Maybe it's time to also get the healer's house. That's a big one. But it is the go-to place if you want to make sure that your village stays healthy. Question is where to build it, of course. Cannot build this area. Okay. It's quite big though. Child died during birth. That's not what we want, but those things happen, unfortunately. I think we have a lot of bad terrain on our hands. Oh, here we have terrain where we can actually build, but it's too close to the other house. So if it catches fire, we have an issue. So it might be time to just flatten out a big chunk of land so that we can do better. Question is which tool to use. Raise or lower. Create a flattened slope. Flatten the ground. Flatten at height. Okay. I think we should start on, I don't know. Maybe this height. I don't know if this is going to do what I want it to do, but we're going to try anyway. Let's just flatten this at height. Let's see how it does. There we go. Takes up quite a bit of work. They have to take out a few trees. But I think flattening that land is just the only way to ensure that we get what we want. All right, all the farmers are done because it's freezing. So let's get the farmers out. Let's get 2 people out of the orchard. We have over 10k food now. I have to see if that is enough and that we can actually, yeah, we can also get out of the herbalist now. We did get a few herbs, so that's a plus. We're not building anything right now, which is fine. We have good amounts of clay, so we don't need to get that too. Forester Camilla died of old age. That's okay. We have plenty to replace those now. And they're already working here, which is nice. They're doing a great and fast job. And then we might be able to get the herbalist, or at least start constructing, or the healer shop, I have to say. Oh, the healer is way cheaper than the healer shop. Oh, let's just get a healer first. We're not going to build the healer shop. We're just going to get a healer. All right, there we go. Let's get 3 builders. That's fine. We have plenty anyway. And then I would love to keep investing in things like farming, etc. So let's just keep doing that. No. 1, 2. This is number 3. There we go. Cannot build in this area. I was afraid of that. Flatten at height. There we go. Let's do it like this. Bit. Let's see if this works. I think so, but let's see. There's this little patch and there's the big patch. Let's see what they do with the little patch. Oh, they're doing a good job, I think. I think it's going in the right direction. And then as soon as that is done, we can do the big patch and then we can start farming again. Is it done now? Yeah. Okay. So you click here. That's now the set height. And now we can just go like this and make sure that they will do this all on the same height so that we can actually use this land for what we want it to. We have to remove the stuff first and then put in the work. But hey, we have plenty of workers anyway. And as you can see right here now, this will just be planting trees now as soon as all the other trees are taken down. And right now it looks like a barren wasteland. But as soon as they just do what they have to do and what I told them to, we'll soon see another bunch of trees come up. As we want that to. So, alright, we still have all the resources. We have good amounts of food still. They now can do this piece of land and just start working on it. They are actually. We can see different people working on it. It's going at a good pace. Let's get one extra hunter. I also like that. There's plenty of animals still here, so we can get those extra hunters. That's fine. Just some extra work here. Ah, they're doing a great job at leveling it all. Hopefully they can then also do a great job at building a farm for me. Though that might take some time. Don't think we get a notification once this is ready, so we'll have to just keep our eyes out. It's ready. 1, 2. Alright, here we go. 10 by 19, another field. 10 by 19, there we go. Okay. Along with that, we can build another house so that the people can actually work there. And we need another barn, I think. And that we can place right here, that's okay. So that they can bring in more food here. Because we have one on that side. Oh, I think we can actually build it somewhere here. So that they have better options. Yeah, we'll build it right there. Maybe we need to slope this a bit so that they can actually get on. Because now they can't get on. Oh yeah, let's create a slope like that so that the people can actually get on there. Otherwise they'll just have to take a lot of walks around and that's not how we want it to be. Alright, they're building this field. It's late winter, so it's a bit too early to get into the positive temperatures already. Although it might just jump up a bit, but then we can't really use that. It will drop down again. And never seen it happen that in late winter already we can start sowing in and get all the stuff in. But, oh well, we can never be too sure. See, it's now +0, but it's early spring and +0. Let's get these 14 farmers in and 2 orchard people. That leaves us still with people. It's actually +1 now. Oh, that's great. Let's get some extra potatoes. And then we'll use this field once it's done for some flax. So that we at least start to bring in flax for some clothing at some point. I'm really curious to see if we are able soon to get some tools out to the people. See this one. Oh, this one had a tool already. Great. So yeah, some people had a tool. Now they need to finish this. There's not a builder coming. I thought there was a builder coming, but it's not. We have one extra farm ready, so we should put a worker in there. That's better. Come on, people, finish this so that I can put a worker in. The house gets done even faster. That's interesting. So we'll soon have that house ready and not the field. Not exactly the way I wanted things to go. I wanted the field done first, but still it's spring. That's usually a time that we start sowing. So, and flax grows pretty fast, so it should be okay. But we'll find out. Let's get this out. Come on, finish this. Don't go back and forth all the time. Yeah, there we go. Let's get an extra farmer and put in some flax. She is fast growing and this is normal growing. So the flax should be ready faster than the others. We still have 4 laborers available to us. But we're a bit short in wood again. But we can already see that the wood around this forester started to grow real quick. And there's a lot of wood there now. And here it goes a little slower, but that's fine. At least we can bring in all the wood now. And we have laborers to do that. At the same time, the house here gets built. I think we need to place a few more wells around town, though, in order to ensure, first of all, that they can get water for their plants, but also that in case of a fire, we have the water around to put it out. And for that, I just love to place 1 or 2 extra wells to be sure. Now this is the area that we're going to use for this a bit. Not going to change that out, so we'll build a well there too. And I want to get another herbalist again. Also put somebody in the healer's hut. I always do that, just in case somebody gets sick. And usually you don't get sick people, so it's a bit of a waste. But if you miss somebody getting sick and it starts spreading, you're too late. So I really use the healer hut with always somebody in there to take care of any sick in case they need to. Otherwise, you're probably just too late and you don't want that. All right, we have a well here, we have a well here and here, so that's good. Getting the tiny bit of extra food in that way. This is creating 3 tools again, so it already probably delivered a batch of around 10 or 11 tools. This one doesn't have a tool. This one had a tool, it's slowly wearing off. This one has a tool now, a brand new one. So yeah, that's working out. We are now getting those tools in. Great job there. And for instance, if somebody as a laborer has a tool and it starts chopping a tree, that should go faster. If it starts building a house, that should go faster. A lot of jobs should go just a bit faster if they have a great tool on their hands. So make sure you have those tools. Now I also want to make sure that we have a storage here to make sure that everything we store or chop down and stuff can be brought to a storehouse quickly, and make sure that we save a lot of travel time. And if they wanted to use it for building, then they can get it later on. That's fine. You can now see that they have to walk all the way here, chop a tree, then go all the way to this one to bring in the wood. And that's taking me way too long. That's not what I want to see. So building this will make sure that we get it in quicker. But as you can see right now, we just need to bring in a lot more wood first, because we're out of wood again. Now they can bring in the iron and the stones. We still have all of that, so that is not an issue. But I think next year would be good to go on a little stone and iron hunt. And you can easily see we had 12 kids in the school age that were supposed to grow up. They all did. And still we are out of laborers because, well, once they grow up, you also tend to give them jobs like farmers and put them in the fire chopping business and make sure that they get into the smelter and the healer and stuff. So before you know it, you're already out of workers again. So just make sure that you keep growing, keep building houses every now and then so that you have space for more kids. We now have 85 plus 5, 63. So we still have room for 7 more. And I don't want to grow too quickly, because if we get those 7 babies now, we have a lot of kids at one go, and we still have to feed them, of course. It's already early summer though, still 6,000 food in there. And we're getting already to the point where they can almost start to harvest. So yeah, we're having a surplus of food in production, but well, I think it can be real good to make sure that you don't have too many kids at one go, because that can starve your village if you're unfortunate. We can now see how this chopping works right here because, well, we have a lot of big trees here now. Just because it's on planting business and not chopping, because that's not that efficient. These laborers can do that way faster. They're bringing in the right amounts of wood now, and then we can start to build. That should save us a lot of walking as soon as this is replanted and we start to chop it again. So that did work out. 4 kids ready to study all of a sudden. So in 3 months or 3 seasons, we should see these come to work. So all in all, we've done quite some progress actually. Quite a few extra houses. We get the healer and the herbalist. We have the extra forester that we're gonna leave there for a long time. We're building extra storages, got the extra fields. So that's all going quite well. I'm pretty happy with that. And we're actually having a growing amount of wood now. So yeah, it's not like we're sitting still not doing that much. We are quite busy. Maybe get another fissure. Can we? Yeah, we can just build another fishery here. Let's do so. I like that. They're starting the first harvests already. Well, we were down to like 1,400 food last time. And now they're starting to harvest when we have 6,600. So that means like a surplus of 5,000 last year. And I really hope that we can now start to really accumulate some food. And that makes it that we don't have to worry about getting enough food all the time. We can just keep growing for a bit with that surplus. That's for me, that's a big bonus. That's very nice. Starting to get some flax in. Also really good. That means that we can start clothing production at some point if we want to. I do think it's very expensive though to get the tailor. 150 wood, 90 iron, 80 stones. Yeah, we don't have all of that. We don't even have the wood because we're transporting it here to the fisherman's lodge. But we told these to start chopping trees big time, so that should help out. But yeah, it's still a lot of work, and especially getting stone and iron will be a topic. So focusing on getting the mines up and running next time could be vital to the survival of our village. But we'll have to see. For now, it's going well. We keep expanding and ensuring our survival. So, and we're producing tools now. I love it. Let's keep that up. But I think that should also conclude this. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please give this video a thumbs up. If you have not done so, please subscribe to my channel. Leave all your comments in the comment section. I will respond to them. And then, of course, I hope to see you in a brand new video. Thank you so much. And bye-bye.